Cherished viewers of Radio Evangelium Kumbo Online, this is the first day of the last month of this year 2023. This is Friday, December 1st, 2023. And this is the St. Thomas Aquinas Major Seminary, Bambui, nestled amidst a breathtaking scenery in Bamenda in the northwest region of Cameroon. A seminary that has molded the finest priests the world has ever known. The air here is electric with anticipation. These hundreds are awaiting a jingle to mark the commencement of a pontifical high mass. Because for 50 years, the St. Thomas Aquinas Major Seminary, Bambui, has nurtured dreams, molded futures, and cultivated devout priests. For 50 years, from 1973, what started with a handful of 12 seminarians has flourished beyond all expectations to this monumental year 2023. STAMS is indeed golden. And thank you for joining us make merry in honor of the Golden Jubilee of the St. Thomas Aquinas Major Seminary, Bambui. And you are here in the company of the new Apostolic Nuncio to Cameroon, Archbishop Jose Avelino Betancourt. You are here in the company of the Archbishop of Bamenda, Andrew Fuanyankea, President of the National Episcopal Conference of Cameroon. You are here in the company of Monsignors and all the bishops of the Church Province of Bamenda, together with Bishop Sostine Bayemi of Obala and Monsignor Paul Lonsekene of Bafoussam. You are here with hundreds of priests and alumni. With you is the governor of the northwest region of Cameroon with his entourage, traditional notables of Mangon, Bamenda, Bambui, Bamenda, and others, sitting just in front of the Catholic Women's Association, the St. Jude Apostolate members, other church groups, and of course, many who honored the RSVP with an enthusiastic yes. Today's program began with the blessing of the Golden Jubilee Monument and the Calvary representation next to it.
1973 to 2023. In gratitude to God for 50 years of forming servants for His vineyard, and in memory of the pioneer forebears whose toil and sweat, prayer and goodwill led to the establishment and growth of this veritable institution. May the Lord bless and reward them. Nil nisi te domine, nothing but you, Lord, Saint Thomas Aquinas.
We are celebrating the Jubilee of a higher institution of learning, whose inklings go back to that fateful day of the episcopal ordination of Right Reverend Pius Suawa as the Coadjutor Bishop of Buea on Pentecost Sunday, 30th May 1971, when the lay faithful, having been strongly empowered by the then Bishop of Buea, Bishop Julius Petrus, following the spirit of the Second Vatican Council, unanimously expressed in the following words, that a strong request be made to the competent authorities on behalf of the faithful of the diocese for the establishment of a senior seminary in West Cameroon. This request was clearly justified, seeing the shortage of priests in the rapidly growing West Cameroon at the time, coupled with the insecurity of the candidates pursuing the priestly formation in Nigeria on account of the Biafran War, plus the poor road conditions making traveling a nightmare, not to talk of the crowded nature of the seminaries in Nigeria at the time. 9 bishops were present when this request was made, including Monsignor Pietro Sambi, representative of the then recently appointed Apostolic Nuncio to Cameroon and Gabon, and Apostolic Delegate, Secretarial Dean, Most Reverend Jean Zadot. The unseemly precarity of the situation was quite enormous because the growth in the number of priests was not at all keeping pace with the growth in the number of Catholics. In actual fact, the local church experienced a decline in the number of priests. She was not getting enough younger priests to replace the elderly ones, the missionaries. For example, in 5 years, from 1967 to 1972, the English-speaking part of Cameroon, coterminous with the current Bamenda ecclesiastical province, could boast of just 5 priests: Father James Sufo in 1967, Father Anthony Fonte in 1968, Father Patrick Rocha in 1969, Father Cornelius Eswa and Lucas Sanosi in 1971.
We humbly beseech you, as we give thanks for your kindness,
maternelle can be enriched in so many ways. Let him grant him as be with him.
50 years ago, this seminary was started by Father Christian Tumi, who later became His Eminence Christian Cardinal Tumi, and today we are celebrating the Golden Jubilee with the very Reverend Charles Senka Berinui as the current rector. Meantime, many rectors have come and gone, but the essence of this seminary remains. 50 years ago, this seminary began formation with 5 full-time priests on the staff. And today we are celebrating the Golden Jubilee with a strong staff of about 24 meters. Many members of staff have come and gone, but the essence of this seminary remains. Beginning with the original 12 seminarians, this seminary has, within the last 50 years, admitted 1,355 students, 791 of whom were ordained priests, and 52 deacons, making a total of 843 clergymen. This seminary has also produced dedicated and committed laymen who are good citizens, responsible parents, and practicing Catholic Christians. This is why we are gathered here today to celebrate. And with the prophet Isaiah, we can say, let us sing the praises of Yahweh's goodness and of his marvelous deeds. We are not here to celebrate any human achievements, but we are here to celebrate the Lord's favor bestowed on us. And it is because of this that on this occasion, we can only say with the psalmist, not to us, Lord, not to us, but to your name give the glory. 50 years ago, this seminary was approved by the Holy See when Cardinal Agnello Rossi was the prefect of the Congregation for the Evangelization of Peoples. 50 years ago, this seminary was founded by 2 bishops, Bishop Paul Betzekov and Pius Awa. And today, we are celebrating the Golden Jubilee of this seminary with 5 bishops in 5 dioceses and 3
Emeriti. 50 years ago, the news of the creation of this seminary was communicated to the bishops by the then Apostolic Nuncio to Cameroon, Archbishop Jean Jadot. But 50 years after, the Golden Jubilee Mass is being celebrated by the Most Reverend Jose Abelino Betancourt, the present Apostolic Nuncio to Cameroon. In between, many nuncios have come and gone, but the essence of this seminary remains. Your Excellency the Nuncio, at this point I want to thank you sincerely for your presence here. You may not adequately understand what your presence here means for us, but we feel the impact and the ripple effects of your presence will be felt for a long time.
I bring personally the paternal greetings of Pope Francis, his prayers, his apostolic blessing to you and every one of you of this seminary, and to all those who are connected to the seminary over the last 50 years, staff, students, benefactors, your loved ones, and those who have departed from this world.
Using this as a pretext, what message do you have for the priest in the country?
Well, today we just celebrated a very beautiful, a very noble, a very majestic celebration which raises our prayers to the Lord. And I think we spent the last 3 hours verbalizing the many aspirations, first of thanksgiving for the great service that the priests are doing in this country as agents of peace and in spreading the gospel of the Lord, which we all share. Secondly, we've seen in the witness and in the sign of this renewed desire to be at the service. And I believe that this celebration really was a beautiful raising of, like incense to the Lord, of the best of the human spirit, which we wish to be here in the northwest region of the Cameroons.
Because I'm coming back as an ex-student gives me again a kind of internal satisfaction for all that the formators and this community had done for me. I'm thinking about this especially from the perspective of what I've gone through in the parish. I'm able to re-evaluate and appreciate more what had happened in this house. And I think if I had to come back here, there are a lot more of things that I would like to take more seriously.
I'm the Bishop of Kumbo. Put your hands together for them, ladies and gentlemen.